Recording this video after close trade Monday 21st of May 2012. Hope you had a good day's trading today. Well, we got the bounce and closed up at 13.1575, about 1.7 million contracts traded. I thought we would get a bounce because when you go down to the 45-minute 135 in the daily chart, we had all of this exhaustion selling on the downside. So this is a pro-signal exit, if you like, on this kind of middle time frame where we get exhaustion selling, blue professional bars kind of come in, and those are the pro-signal exits, and it's usually a good place to kind of take profits. And we're getting a bounce from there. I've added better sine wave in here on the bottom. You can see where the next stop up is kind of a pullback and a downtrend, so it'll be somewhere here around, between this point and up at the breakdown point. We've ended up being exhaustion selling on the daily time frame, blue professional bars kind of coming in at the lows. But I don't think this is over. I think this is just the beginning of kind of a bigger move. Just let me show you this on the daily time frame, just in terms of the absolute volume numbers that we got. Last time we had a super big kind of sell-off. You can see the volume figures that we were talking about 5 million contracts traded, where we had this double bottom being made into kind of September, October here. And the type of selling that we've had, just recently, does not equate. It's not even. It's like almost half. So my feeling is that we're in the middle of a kind of a bigger trend move down, and all we're seeing at the moment is just kind of a little bit of a bounce, a little bit of short covering kind of happening at the moment, and the question is where it kind of runs out of steam and starts to come down again. In terms of the daily indices, so this is the Dow. You can see blue professional bars kind of coming in here. Hasn't been exhaustion selling, but it's been on the other time frame. So daily chart here, blue professional bars exhaustion selling kind of signal down here, and the Nasdaq same thing, blue professional bars exhaustion selling kind of pro signal exit. But to stop these moves, what we need to see is bullish divergence, and just like when we rolled over here, we had bearish divergence flush patterns that kind of set the move kind of going on the downside. All we've just measured is kind of the extent of the selling kind of going down. We're at these daily time frames where we've got kind of cyclical supports kind of coming in. So once we have the bounce and kind of head back down, I think we're going to head through those. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. In terms of Apple, this is, I think, a really important start. So we had our exhaustion selling kind of down here. It found it really difficult to kind of make a low. The pullback level kind of got kind of initially hit, and then we kind of come through it. And then this amount of selling that we had on Thursday, Friday is almost like a little bit of a bullish divergence or a flush pattern, kind of flushing out the last of those sellers at that point. We're kind of bouncing from there. When we get that dirty end of trend signal on the Apple chart, on the daily chart, I think it's going to be really important. And if that lines up with like some kind of cyclical turn on a whole bunch of risk on charts and so on, I think that's kind of the next place where we're going to start to head down. In terms of Euro is interesting. This is daily, weekly, monthly chart here. I put all of this on just because of the cyclical supports. On the daily chart, this is where the professionals kind of came in 127 kind of last time at the beginning of the year, and we kind of held from there. Weak rally, a bit of short covering rally, kind of come back down. Blue professional bars have come in here again, cyclical support, and this is kind of going towards pullback to end of trend type sequence here. Normally when you see this with a like on a 1500 tip bar chart or 4500 tip bar chart during the day, where you've got kind of Rambo patterns kind of selling it short, and then the professionals kind of come in. It's almost like a double bottom cyclical support kind of comes in. This is this kind of counterintuitive play. I mean, Europe's got a bank run happening. It's like virtually in a depression in 3 or 4 different countries in Europe, and I mean it is all bad. But this is this kind of potential counterintuitive thing that, let's say Greece exits the euro, and maybe someone else does, Portugal, maybe Spain or something. What you're left with is kind of the stronger euro countries, say the Germanys and so on, and so the euro would kind of get revalued back up. So the euro is not crashing and burning is interesting, and that the professionals have kind of come in here. All this is falling through the ice. This is kind of, we've given up the ghost. The professionals are just shorting the hell out of this 127. Just, it's going to keep on going through. We'll wait and see, wait and see what the daily pattern, the weekly pattern over the next kind of couple of weeks kind of comes out of. Is this an end of trend signal, and we put in bullish divergences and all that kind of stuff? And so the euro actually kind of tanks. I'm not sure. I mean, so I'm just looking at this chart thinking, this is a level we've kind of bounced at before. So we'll see. In terms of long-term charts, 40,500 tip bar chart, this is the activity Thursday into Friday. It's almost like a double bottom. We had that exhaustion selling, bullish divergence, first bullish divergence kind of comes in, kind of Rambo patterns right there at the bottom. We've kind of bounced from there, quite a strong bounce up here. And after the market kind of got going on this downtrend, this is today's activity on the 1500, after we broke through basically 1300, this thing kind of kept on going. I was initially long at 98 with these blue professional bars kind of breaking to the highs, and then this spike down just got me scared and exited with 2.5 point loss. And after I'd seen this exhaustion buying bearish divergence kind of come in, I was thinking, well, maybe we've actually got a continuation of the downtrend. And we had Facebook was really weak and looked like it might kind of keep on dropping through, and so I thought, well, take a short, go short 96.75, and of course had to reverse, go long, another loss of 2.5. So I was down 5 before getting long at 98. So but I took 7 points out of this move here. I'd stretched my target out to 1307, but I got out at 1305. I just got too rich for me with all this exhaustion buying kind of up here at this point here, this second kind of pro-signal exit. But it did kind of keep going to 1307, so I would have got out with my 4. Instead I had to kind of make do with 2. But after being down 5, it's difficult to recover all that much. So, and it was just this spike here and these kind of exhaustion selling signals, thinking, well, maybe that's a continuation of the downtrend, whereas all it was a spike down, kind of a volleyball spike down, and all the sellers have sold, and that's just showing the bullishness in the market. And once this thing's got going, we're not going to get a reversal. We come through 11 a.m. in the morning, and we've got all these end of trends flush signals and so on. It looks like a topping out move, but all that we're going to do is just grind higher on a day like this after that. So just be really, really wary of kind of taking any reversal signals kind of after 11 a.m. in the morning, particularly once we had kind of a strong up day like this. So I think we'll get a little bit of continuation tomorrow, but I'm still looking for that pullback and a downtrend on the 135-minute chart, and then kind of see where we go from there. Anyway, so there you go. Hope you traded well today. 98 even, long 98 even. Just checking the stops and targets. So original kind of entry point, but breakaway, come back, test, amateur down bar, break the highs of that. So this is all in the wrong place to have an exhaustion of trend. So we kind of spiked down here, pretty sizable readings, and the last blue professional bar was kind of getting this move going. We come back into the lows of that blue professional bar. As long as we keep on going through 98s, 99s, we'll break into a big uptrend. Be a trend move on 500, and it'll be a big trend move above 45. So blue professional bar just come in here on 500. Its support's kind of coming in, so just playing around this kind of breakout level. Let's come back up. Blue professional bar here as well. Right, here we go, coming up through 99s. Now I have a heck of a lot to make up, so moving the target out to 707, 1307, but because of this big winding, ranging kind of move in here, we've got all kinds of plays in, and there's a whole bunch of stops going to be run. So once this get 1300's kind of psychologically important level, we put in all of that effort. Now it's got to start to pay off. Here we go, just had a retracement, amateur down bars kind of down here. Amateur down bar was actually a Rambo pattern. This whole sequence kind of almost amateur activity. Now we're breaking up to 1300s, so we're above resistance here on 1500, so should run, I'd have thought. There we go, got the break, run a few stops. Now it's getting more active. It's just been quiet for a while. That was a little bit of a mini gathering there, kind of breaking the highs. Last opportunity for the professionals to kind of get in. So let's go. Let's hit the original target at 1302. Exhaustion buying here, 10,000 on better momentum, blue professional bar. This could well be pro signal exit here, but I need a fair bit more. So it's going to continue to hold. Got to make pullback to end of trend on the 500 tip bar chart. We're breaking up above this resistance level 99s on all 3 time frames. So where this goes, if this is a trend move that ends up going pullback to end of trend, it'll be into a cyclical resistance here on the 4500 tip bar chart, and on this one, this chart, I was thinking maybe after this exhaustion patterns, the next logical place is a pullback and a downtrend on 135-minute chart. So we'll see. Kind of stopped in its tracks at 1302, but 11,000 on better momentum, so fairly big reading. There we go. Pro signal exit, blue professional bars, exhaustion buying. So this will be a little bit of a left shoulder, so let's hope for continuation. Okay, so we've just been holding around 1302, 1301. Now we've got support, cyclical support on the 500, kind of come back in with a blue professional bar kind of here. So hopefully there'll be pullback and an uptrend. We'll kind of go off and we'll kind of keep testing the highs. It's been exhaustion buying kind of up here, but we've got to see bearish divergence before turning around and end of trend type stuff. So let's go. Here we go, finally taken off. Rainbow patterns here, amateur down bars, bang, kind of testing back up through 1302s. Should get going hopefully. And looking for 7, which is a hell of a long way away. But no blue professional bars on here yet. Well, we made it up to 4s. Another big reading on better momentum on 500. It's got end of trend at some point here. 10,000 on better momentum. Kind of thinking about getting out, but try and squeeze a little bit more. Haven't seen blue professional bars, whole series of them kind of on the way up, so it's dirty end of trend because pullback level was violated. So let's see, it's 12,000, so we're going to have another kind of exhaustion signal rather than a bearish divergence signal. This looks like it might still go a bit further. Move my target to 1305 even, just because another exhaustion pattern, pro signal exit. There's quite a lot of supply at 1305. Let's just hold for it. Just taken out 1305 even. Yeah, just went through there. That's okay. 1305's good. I suppose the reason for getting out is just another pro signal. That was a huge reading on better momentum. Let's pull back to dirty end of trend. Looks like it still might go a little bit, but that was 7 points on that trade, so I'm quite happy with that. It's just I had 5 to make up on the first 2 losing trades, so up for 2 for the day. What is it? 9:34 a.m. So I'm kind of mad. I'm going to have to take a good look at those first 2 trades, see what I did wrong. But now we're up to 6s, going exponential. So I probably should have held through 6s, but anyway. That's probably me done for the day.